What's going on? Valentino Crawford of the GrowBishProject.com. And this topic I'd like to talk about is you being a genius. Did you know that you are a genius? Yes, you are a genius. No matter what anyone says, you are a genius. Now, let me break down what I mean by a genius. You see, everyone has a natural genius in them. There's something that you naturally do very well and very effectively that most people cannot do. And if you're not tapping into what you naturally do and leverage it, then you're selling yourself short. Now, what I've learned is that there's basically 4 types of geniuses. And you have the dynamo genius. These are the folks that they're heads in the clouds. They're very creative, million ideas going on, flowing through their head. They like to start things, but have challenges finishing them because they just want to start on the next project. They get bored real easily. Okay, so dynamos, head in the clouds. That's the type of genius, and those people, they excel in starting things, getting things going, getting the ball rolling. They come with the what, like what are we going to do, or what are we going to sell, what are we going to talk about. They come up with the what. Then you have your blaze geniuses. Your blaze, they're the ones they're out in the forefront. They like to connect with people. They like to talk. And they like to make sure that everyone on the team is feeling good and make sure they got a real good head on the shoulder so that way they can, take action and be more effective in what they do. They are our leaders. They're the ones that inspire and get people pumped up. Like, yes, let's do this. Let's make it happen. They're focused on the who. They're worried about the people. Who are we going to impact? Who are we going to talk to? Who are we going to help? Then you have the tempo geniuses. The tempos are the ones that they got their ears to the ground. They get a sense of what's going on. They get a feel for what's going on in the field. They're all about timing. They want to make sure that everything is done at the right time and in the right place. A lot of our customer service people are tempo. They want to make sure that once the who has been established, they want to make sure that, if there's any issues, that there's some kind of support that's going to help their customers or clients in a way that they can't be done from a dynamo or blaze perspective. Also, nonprofits, people that are in service as far as like doctors and nurses, their hands are in the mix. They're the tempo people, so they want to make sure that everything is all, just fine and dandy. And also from a non-people standpoint, like maybe like when it comes to, products and services, they're the ones that are about getting a feel for the market. How's the market feeling? Is it time to buy now or is it time to sell? They look at the market very closely and what's going on in the marketplace, the supply and the demand, that type of stuff. Then you have your steel geniuses. Steels are, they're into the detail, the analysis. They want to know how can we do this? They're really not in the forefront. They're in the background. They're making sure that when the dynamos come up with the crazy ideas and the blazes, move forward with getting the right people in the mix, the tempos come in and make sure that everything is running smooth. The steels, they make everything, they want to make things efficient because they're looking at where all the holes are in all the other processes and how to make that better. So that way the dynamos can be more effective as well as the blaze and the tempos and all that good stuff. Now, because, hopefully if you listen to all the 4 types of geniuses, you may be able to, may have resonated with one of them, or maybe a couple of them. So understanding that with your strengths, there's also weaknesses. For example, for the dynamos, because their heads are always in the clouds, it's really hard for them to finish things. So you got to have someone that's going to pull them by the reins and say, hey, slow down. Are we going to run? Are we going to run with this or not? Let's do this. So a steal would be a good example of, taking the reins when it comes to maybe a brainstorming idea. Like, hey, are you sure about doing this? You want to make sure we have all our ducks in a row and all that good stuff. Dynamo's like, nah, man, let's do it. Just go fast and break things. And we'll figure things out along the way. Well, yes, you will figure things out along the way, as long as you have other people in your team that support those different geniuses that can play their role. But if you got nothing but dynamos, you're not going to fix anything along the way. Same thing with Blaze, same thing with Tempo, same thing with Steel. So that's why success is always a team sport. And you want to make sure that you're doing what you excel at, what you're naturally good at, and be able to get better and really master that. So that way you're not worried about doing things that are maybe not in your strengths. You want to incorporate other people into your team that fit in those different genius categories. So, that's what it's all about when it comes to, knowing what your genius is. And, if you have any comments on, if you like what I said, make sure you share, leave a comment. If you want to know what your genius is, make sure you click the link below, because there's a quiz on this link, or maybe to the side. I don't know. Anyway, but there's a link. Make sure you click that and figure out what your genius is, and then maybe you'll be able to find better ways of building a more efficient team by tapping into others that may represent a different genius than what you are. So, this is Valentino Crawford signing off to the next video. Peace.